From this pier in San Juan, Coast Guard crews launch into some of the branch's toughest assignments. But for Chaplain Genesis Guerrero, the focus isn't the mission itself, but the people carrying it out.
My job is to help the operator complete the mission. And one of the ways I do that is just to care for the operator, whatever that might look like.
Sometimes it looks like early morning walks around base, praying over each cutter crew, small boat mission, and command decision. Daily workouts become connection points, meeting service members where they are. It's recognizing new faces, remembering injuries, celebrating milestones, and honoring loss. Guerrero tells CBN News these small moments often grow into something much bigger.
But a lot of my ministry happens kind of in the margins. It happens while I'm passing by, I'm walking by someone on the boat or in the hallways, or really even just serving food. Just not too long ago, a guy was just telling me about, hey, I'm getting over a divorce, and this is kind of what's happening. And so that would have never happened had I not been serving alongside that coastie. And so that's what makes this ministry unique. A lot of it is not planned.
Crews from Sector San Juan handle everything from maritime safety to the border mission. And what they see on the job isn't always easy to process. Guerrero provides a rare safe space to talk, with conversations that remain 100% confidential.
Because when they can let go of that weight, like, Chap, I've been holding this in for months, and I have not been able to talk to anyone, not even my spouse, that my hope is that when they can unburden, so to speak, that weight, it'll free them to do their job better and to be a better spouse, to be a better teammate, to be a better shipmate, to be a better friend, whatever it might be.
Military chaplains wear many hats. They can provide grief counseling, marriage support, suicide prevention, or even just a quiet moment away from command, constantly bearing witness to the hidden cost of service, offering connection as a lifeline.
Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I love this job, is because it's special, it's sacred. And I know I'm getting emotional, but people invite you into their lives, and usually when I meet with them in that context, it's the hardest part of their life, the hardest season, and the fact that they would invite me into that, it's sacred, and I honor and I cherish that they would trust me with that information.
Recognizing that value, the Defense Department wants to increase the number of chaplains across the armed services. Navy chaplains cover all the sea services, which include the Marine Corps and Coast Guard.
So as a Navy chaplain, you can be serving in the Coast Guard like I'm currently serving. You can be on a Navy ship. You can be on a Navy air wing. You could be serving with the Marine Corps, with infantry. You can be at an air wing. There's so many different things you can do and so many different contexts to serve.
The Navy specifically wants one chaplain aboard each destroyer by 2026, and they're on track. The Chaplain Corps has already surpassed its 2025 recruiting goals, bringing in 73 new active duty chaplains and 43 chaplain students.
We have met our recruiting goal this year, but we had such a deficit that even though we met our recruiting goal, we're not quite closing the gap between how many we have and how many we need. And here's the crazy stuff. The more we get, the more the appetite goes up in the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard. So yeah, we may get closer to closing that gap, but when we do, the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard says, oh, could you spare a few more? Could you spare a few more? That's kind of, I think, God's working in this whole thing, is that the more chaplains we get, the more we expose service members and their families to what we bring, the more we expose leaders to what chaplains are bringing, the more the appetite goes up, and it increases and increases.
In a high-tempo environment, chaplains like Guerrero walk alongside service members, making sure the support continues long after the operation ends. The Pentagon's efforts to expand the Chaplain Corps, making it clear spiritual readiness is mission critical. Burke, CBN News, Sector San